Hey folks, welcome to the bathroom again. It's weigh day. I hate this day. Right, the scales of judgment. Well, it's not good news. It never is. 21 days later, let's see what happens. Let's do this. Right, here we go folks. Next challenge is upon me, which is going to be my 210,000 steps in 21 days. So I've got to average 10,000 steps a day for the next 21 days. That means that some days I can do more, some days I can do less, but in 21 days I've got to have done 210,000 steps. Should be straightforward, fairly easy. Let's see, I'm going to be recording on the Apple Watch. We'll take it from there. So the silver Crocs are on. Might have to put them in sport mode. But yeah, so today I'm actually heading to the airport. Because once again, I'm buggering off abroad. I'm off to Spain for 10 days. So 210,000 steps, first 10 days of which is going to be on holiday. That's not too bad. See you in Spain. Well, greetings from Spain, folks. It's day 2 of my 10,000 step day challenge. And the rain in Spain isn't helping. So I was having a look at yesterday, day 1, Saturday. Filled my rings on my phone, 10,772 steps, and that is literally just airports and wandering around and getting to the hotel and all that sort of stuff. So it says 21 flights of stairs climb. That's a load of rubbish. No way, man. But 6.83k, 10,772 steps on day 1. It's now day 2, and the rain is spoiling me doing anything much at the minute. But with that said, I've still done 2,870 steps, or 2,955 steps, another 7,000 today, and I should be alright, so I'll go for a wander later on. So anyway, I'm not letting the weather beat me. See what we do. So it's a lot nicer day today, and yesterday I managed to exceed the 10,000, so today should be even better. And there's the net result. Nice little walk, 11,419 steps, and there's still daylight left. But most importantly, here's the reward. Oh yes. Cheers folks, catch you in the morning. Well folks, yesterday I managed nearly 13,000 steps, 12,987, and I didn't really make much of an effort, to be honest. So that's the number there on the phone, 12,987. I'm just going to have a little wander around Torremolinos, the concrete jungle. So back on the balcony, back from the walk, let's see how many steps. 10,706, and I've still got the rest of the day to go. So that's not bad going. In all fairness, it's really not that difficult to do 10,000 steps a day when you're on holiday. It's going to be interesting seeing how that compares when I'm back at work. Anyway, catch up with you tomorrow. Well, it's Wednesday. And yesterday I managed 16,000 steps or more. I can't remember exactly, but it were a good amount. So another walk around Torremolinos today. I'll come back to you in a bit. Yep, exercise mad these days I am. Yeehaw! So just heading back. I've got no idea how many steps I've done. We'll find out in a bit though. That's Torremolinos. And we've just walked down about as far as Benalmadena and then back again. Right, we're back. Oh, look at this. 930 calories, 99 minutes. I've been stood 11 out of 12 hours. I can do some more. What are we on then? Ooh, nearly 15,000 steps. Okay, so that's basically walking down there as far as Benalmadena and coming back. But we came back a bit inland. Easy money. Okay, so yesterday's total finished on 17,075 steps. Pretty good. I'm well ahead of the curve so far. The 210,000 steps at 10,000 steps a day average. So it's another walk around Torremolinos today. Let's see how I get on. Well, I'm at it again. I'm on 9,513 steps. Let's get it up to 10k. Beefcake. Right, that's 10,063 steps done. Everything else is just a bonus. And it's another lovely day in Torremolinos. So how did I do yesterday? So yesterday being Thursday, so I did 1,346 calories, exercised 159 minutes, stood for 13 hours and did 20,122 steps, 12.39 kilometres. I doubled my daily average that I meant to do, climbing 11 flights of stairs. I must admit, I'm pretty happy with that. This week's going really well so far. So today is Friday, which is day 7, and that means that tomorrow I'll be able to give you my week 1 reflection on the week overall, how it's gone, step count and so forth. But I think it's pretty safe to say that it's gone quite good overall. I'll catch up with you later. Right. Another walk around Torremolinos. Let's see where today finishes. It won't be 20,000 steps. Right, just got back from the walk. Look at this. 1,275 calories, 136 minutes of exercise, notwithstanding 14,082 steps, climbed 79 flights. But we did go to the top, all the way to the top into Torremolinos, and it's a fair old walk up there. Hey up. Well, it's slightly ironic that my 1 week update is for now coming from a supine position in my bed. I'm just having a relax. Looking at yesterday, so this is what I managed: 15,627 steps and a ridiculous 79 flights of stairs, climbed 9.4 kilometres. pretty good day overall, really. And it's not just been a good day, it's been a good week. So look at my step count and distance for the week. 10,772, 10,209, 12,987, 16,679, 17,075, 20,122, 15,627. Added together means that my week one total is 103,471, and I've walked 63.47 kilometres. And if you're into imperial measurements, that is 39.44 miles. Let's just say 40 miles. I've walked 40 miles this week. Not bad going. So that means for week one, I've been walking over 14,000 steps a day on average, and I'm really, really pleased by that. In fact, it's nearer 15,000 steps a day if you work it out, which I will do. Anyway, reflections on the first week. I'm on holiday. It's not been a challenge. I've not got the pressures of work. I've not got to be sat at a desk. I've not got to be on email. Yes, I have actually been on my laptop quite a bit because I've been working on my own things, but I've not had that pressure of being chained to a desk. So this week has been quite easy in terms of getting the steps in, and I'm actually well ahead of the game. So I'm well ahead of where I needed to be. I needed to be on 70,000, and I'm way beyond that now. So I've kind of got a bit of credit in the bank, but it would seem a shame to waste that. So I'm going to try to keep over 10k a day as much as I can. But it might be that I have some days where I don't. Anyway, I've still got Saturday, Sunday and Monday in the sun. And then after that, it's back to work. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Actually, I'll catch up with you before then, because I'm off out for another walk. Okay, so it is Sunday, another sunny day in Torremolinos, and on Saturday I've managed 12,705 steps, just a nice little walk around the town itself, and that's probably what's going to happen today as well. Hey folks, it's Monday. What happened on Sunday? Well, a nice gentle walk along the seafront over there. And that was 10,529 steps, so just over, but I've managed to stay over every day so far. So today is Monday, it's the day that we're going home. I'm not going to be doing a big walk today, but I'm going to make sure that around Malaga Airport that I get plenty of steps in, and I will do a little bit of a walk before I leave the hotel later. I'll catch up with you tomorrow and let you know what happened. See you then. Hey folks, well, it's Tuesday, I'm back home, and today is the first day back at work, so it's going to be interesting to see what my step count is on a normal work day. So I've got to walk down to the railway station, then walk from the station in Leeds up to where I work, and then see how many steps I do throughout the day, back to the station and back home again. So yesterday, Monday, the day I came back from the airport at Malaga, managed 11,156 steps. And that was without going for any kind of walk. That was literally just using the airport. You always get loads of steps in at airports. There's tons of walking around to do. Right, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Funnily enough, I actually enjoy this walk. It sort of wakes me up and energises me a little bit. Although it's only a couple of mornings a week I get to do it. So 6,963 steps later, I'm in the office, and this is this morning's office. We just finished work, and 12,064 steps done, and the day isn't over. Well, it's Wednesday, and Tuesday I did 15,448 steps, and I'm off to the station again. Anyway, I'm off to Manchester today, Manchester. I'm working on my PhD, and I've also got a book launch event to attend with Sacha Lord, so hopefully I'll get a few steps in. So I've just got to Horsforth station, and this is quite interesting. I've had a message from Apple which I've screenshotted, and it's telling me that my average BPM is now 103 when I'm walking, and that's down from 111 to 96, and it says lower for 15 days. So actually walking has improved my fitness since I've been doing it, so that's pretty amazing. And I've got to admit, I actually do feel, from a cardiovascular fitness perspective, I do feel like that I have got a bit fitter. I do feel like I'm more capable of walking at a pace and not getting breathless. So this could only be positive, can't it?
Welcome aboard this Northern Service to Manchester, Victoria.
And the fee, if I could bottle that, I could make millions of
Well, it's week 2 Thursday. Been working at home all day, so I've gone for a walk. I've got a prescription to pick up from the doctors, so let's get them 10,000 steps in. Well, it's Friday, which means it's day 7 of week 2, my last day of week 2, and this is one of those days which I've been dreading and fearing the most. It's been a day where I'm working at home all day. I've had meetings, I've been writing, and I've not got out. It's now 10 past 2 in the afternoon. I've been working since before 8 o'clock this morning, and I've done 1,204 steps, which is rubbish, absolutely rubbish. So to motivate myself to go out on a day like this is really difficult because I've got so much to do, but I'm just going to have to make myself do it, and I'm just going to have to go for a walk. It's going to be a boring walk around the estate because I can't think of anything else to do. So yeah, that's today. These are the days which I wasn't looking forward to. Right, the earbuds are in, and I'm going to go for a walk around the estate, listening to a BBC podcast, Real Dictators. Let's do it. Well, I'm back, and you know what? I've actually really enjoyed that. It was a 1 hour, 4-minute walk. I walked around my own estate that I live on, but I walked around a new part of it as well, which I'd never seen before, and that was really nice, actually, to see what they've done. So anyway, it's been really nice having a walk. I've not quite done my 10,000 steps. I'm on 8,400, but it's the big shop tonight at Morrison's, so I reckon I'll do it by then. Greetings, folks. It's the Saturday, which means that this is now the beginning of week 3, and I've done 14 days of my step challenge so far. And you know what? It's actually gone quite well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Now, in this segment of the film, I'm going to review the second week. I'm going to compare the second week to the first week. We'll look at some numbers and some stats, and I'm going to give you some reflection on what my thoughts are so far. And yes, I'm walking around with the camera because I shouldn't really be standing still, should I? Okay, so I'm just going to compare week 2 steps to week 1 steps, so you can see that I've kept above 10,000 every day in week 2, just like I did in week 1, and that wasn't an original intention, it's just how it's worked out, really. I've walked less this week, though, in total. So last week was 103,471 steps. This week it's 87,593. Now that's a reflection of that being last week I was on holiday. This week I'm back at work. So I've had to make extra effort to go out there and do some steps on some days. But the days where I've been in the office or I've been out doing stuff, like for example, Tuesday was the day I was in the office. That was my biggest walking day because I had a lot of walking to do to get to work and back and so forth. The Wednesdays when I went to Manchester, and I can't remember what I did on Thursday, but those 3 days obviously stand out more than the others. Yesterday I was going to do a big shop yesterday evening. I didn't end up doing it in the end, so I ended up walking around the house and garden to make my steps above 10,000. But I just felt like I needed to do it. So far I'm quite happy. The daily average for last week was 14,782. The daily average for this week is 12,513. I've done 191,064 steps. So in actual fact, I'm only 20,000 steps off the total. But I'm not going to just finish it at that. I'm going to carry on. So I've walked 117 kilometres so far, or 118 just about, which is 73 miles in 2 weeks, which is not bad going really, just for, just wandering round. So I think an interesting reflective point for me so far is that I'd not set myself the challenge of doing a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, but psychologically, I've wanted to do that when I've been doing this. I've not wanted to do less than 10,000 because it's not felt right, even though I don't need to do 10,000 a day. So that's quite an interesting impact, which I wasn't expecting. I was thinking I was going to have some days where I'd go, I only need to do 4,000 or 5,000 today because I've done more yesterday. But it hasn't worked like that. I haven't really found it an inconvenience to get the steps in, but there are days like yesterday where it took some motivation for me to get off my backside and to go outside. So I know that this is going to be a factor in the week coming when I'm back at work. And today, for example, it's Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm not working, so I'm going to have to make the effort to go out and get those steps in. And I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to do that. Do I just go for a walk or do I do something productive? So this week coming up, I'm in the office for 3 days. So there's no chance that I won't get my 10,000 step average in this week. I will do it definitely, but it's going to be interesting to see what it ends up at the end. So anyway, I'm going to have to get some steps in somehow later, so I'll need to think about that, and I'll catch you then. So I finally get to do the big shop. So I'm out walking at night now because I didn't get my 10,000 in the supermarket. I've got 2,000 more to go. Not too bad. But I'm showing dedication. Catch you in a bit. Well, it's Sunday. I'm out walking around the estate again. I need to make my steps up. Really wasn't motivated to do this today, but my wife's made me. Good on her. Actually, she encouraged me. She didn't get a big stick and hit me with it, as it sounded like I was saying. Anyway, I managed my 10,000 steps yesterday just, and it's going to be a similar story today. It ain't going to be much over. I'm doing some extreme walking today. I'm going to get extremely wet because the weather goes sunshine, rain and sleet. I managed to get just over my 10,000 steps in yesterday, and today we're at Yeadon and we're going to walk around Leeds Bradford Airport, and that is the view towards Leeds Bradford Airport with a rainbow. And this is the path that takes us underneath the Leeds Bradford Airport runway and out of the weather. Hello! Well, it's not really been a pleasant walk, and this was one I was looking forward to because I like walking around the airport, but the bloody British weather as usual. I literally feel like an extreme weather reporter. This is Stuart Moss coming to you live from Yeadon. The weather shit. I'll have to dub that bit out because I'm not allowed to swear. Oh, the sun's come out now as well. Some extreme puddling. God, the exercise commitment really wanes when I see fish and chips and I can smell them. Oh my God. Keep walking, Stuart. Right, into Tarnfield Park, the final stretch. Look, it's rained that much, it's made a bloody lake. Hey up, duck, don't run away. That's how windy it's been. You see a swan on its nest through the trees there? Whew. Final slog now, back to the car, thank God. Well, it's the unspoken hero here, our lass in background, you know. She doesn't complain at all, she just grits her teeth and gets on with it. She's bloody marvellous. And she don't make me do it, honestly, she don't make me do it. She encourages me. Oh, back to the car. Well, for all the effort, that walk, we're only 6,000 steps. So I've still got 1,800 to do today. Anyway, in the meantime, get me to where the spoons are, lass! Morning folks, I'm running late today. I've got to be at Horsforth station in 20 minutes, so I'm getting some brisk steps in. See you in a bit. By the way, it's Tuesday. Anyway, I'm in the office 4 days this week, so hopefully that's going to bode well stepwise. Tell you something, it's been a long day. My ankles are hurting a bit. I've been stood up a lot today. I've done my 10,000 steps and I've not even left the office.
Lower ground.
Right, let's go.
Doors opening.
Well, it's Wednesday, the third day to go of week 3. Thursday and Friday being my last 2 days tomorrow. And it's a beautiful day, and if you can see that. But I'm walking to work. I've done it plenty of times before, to be quite honest. But today feels special doing it. It's about 8 miles. Take me a couple of hours or so. And I'm feeling energised. I'm walking uphill, and I'm walking at pace. I'm not plodding. It's definitely had a good impact on me health-wise doing this. Anyway, I had sore ankles yesterday, so I'm still wearing the same shoes today, but I've got a pair of emergency Crocs in my backpack should I need something a bit more cushioned later. I've also taken some ibuprofen this morning, and I'm going to take some more when I get to work. Right, anyway, I'm going to enjoy the sunshine and the walk. I'll show you some views along the way. Get back to you later. So the tower up there that you can see that I just took a shot of from the side. So that's the highest point in Leeds. I've had to walk up a hill on the far side of it. And now from here, Leeds is in that direction. So I've got to walk to Leeds down there, and that is pretty much all downhill. Now there is a couple of small inclines. There's one coming out of Headingley going towards Hyde Park, and there's another one going across Woodhouse Moor, but I mean they're very, very slight inclines. It's pretty much a downhill walk all the way into the centre. And I've walked home before plenty of times as well, and that's pretty much an uphill walk, and it's much more knackering. But on a day like today, I'm just happy. And those steps over the road are a piece of local history. That's an old horse mount. So this is Lawnswood roundabout, and I hate crossing the road down here. They're meant to be putting a pedestrian crossing in, and I hope they do. That was actually the easiest crossing I've ever had. Unbelievable. that I'm filming at that point, but there you go. So just a brief respite from the main road. It is a brief one, but it's nice to walk through some trees. So I just thought I'd have a sit down and reflect on how I've done. It wasn't quite as far as I thought it was, but I normally walk in the other direction after I've been working, so there's usually more steps at the beginning, and I never thought about that. It was 9.8 kilometres and 15,280 steps, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So I've still got the rest of today anyway, so we're doing plenty more walking, and I've got an event tonight which I'm walking to. I can do a bit of dancing, so I'm expecting today to be over 20,000 by the end of it. Let's see how I go on. I'll get back to you later. Well, it's another rubbish day, weather-wise that is. Having a walk anyway. Literally just having a walk around a different part of my locality. It's tea time though, so the roads are busy. I managed over 22,000 steps yesterday, possibly 23. I'm not going to get my phone out and look, but I think it were over 23,000. So I'm quite happy about that, really. I'll probably only just cover 10 today, and then tomorrow's the last day. Yay! Anyway, here's the forward view. Plus my ankles were a little bit sore. It's definitely a bit of wear and tear, a lot of walking. So I've got some more comfortable footwear on today. A new pair of Crocs. Check these bad boys out. They're really springy but slightly too big, and that extra movement can sometimes be bad for me in terms of blisters. Hopefully not though. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a bit. Well, I've done it. I'm home. It were 11,500 steps. I weren't really in the mood for it, but I've done it. I'm home. I've got one more day to go tomorrow, and I'm working, so I'm definitely going to get my steps in then. Catch you tomorrow for the final day. It's Friday, it's day 21. I'm happy, it's the last day of my 10,000 steps a day challenge. And I thought rather than fade away, I want to go out with a bang. It's 10 to 7 in the morning. I start work at 10 and I'm walking in again, but I'm going a slightly different way this time. Let's see how I get on. Catch you in a bit. So I'm getting a bit slightly out of breath because I'm walking uphill, but it struck me that people might wonder why I've not done any countryside walks. There's two reasons. Number one, I've not really had the time to get further out than where I live to go for walks in places like that. And number two, I've actually got a lifelong phobia of dogs. I know it sounds bonkers, but literally I've even had hypnotherapy for it, and I just can't get over it. And I'm less likely to see dogs on a walk around the estate than I am in the countryside, particularly off lead, which I find quite off-putting, to be honest. Sad, but true. I don't dislike dogs, I'm just scared of them. That's what a phobia is. An irrational fear. Yeah, it's a bugger. I sort of wish, with hindsight, that I'd taken some other measurements than weight, because physical health is demonstrated in more than what the number on the weighing scales demonstrates alone. I could have done blood pressure, for example. That would have been easy enough to do. Anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow this time, rather than dreading it, because even if I haven't made any weight loss, I know that I've done everything and more that I could have done in terms of exercise to try and get some off. And if it hasn't worked, then I need to combine exercise next time with diet, and that's obviously the way that you lose weight. I'm taking a bit of a jigsaw approach by trying different things, working out what works for me and what doesn't. So yeah, I'm slightly out of breath because I'm walking uphill to the highest part of Leeds before walking downhill towards the centre. Right, when I get to the highest part of Leeds, I'll get back to you. Peace. And that's Cuckridge Water Tower, which is also almost at the highest point in Leeds. The highest point is the communications tower, which I've previously showed you, which is the other side of those trees over the road. I can't say I enjoy walking up hills, but with that said, it does leave you energised afterwards when you're either on a flat or when you're going downhill. So yeah, there's benefits. And once again, there's the highest point in Leeds. All downhill from here, mostly. Another local landmark, that's Cuckridge Fire Station. Right, I've stuck a BBC Sounds podcast on. I'll get back to you in a little while. Lawnswood roundabout definitely needs a pedestrian crossing on that side, and I can't wait for it to be there. Oh, I'm at work, 15,211 steps later. Not bad going. Get back to you in a bit.
Doors open.
Another day done.
Going down. Doors closing.
See you later, mate. So I'm off to a book launch now at Hyde Park Book Club on the subject of railway architecture. I think it's going to be a good one. But that means more steps on the way.
So many people here tonight. I should say I've been doing a lot of stand-up comedy as well recently. So.
Right, having a quick spoon stop on the way home. So it was a nice book launch, but I'm now walking to Farhad Inley just to get the extra steps in that I don't need to get. I just think it'd be nice to do it. Go out on a bang. I'll give you the full update tomorrow. Hey folks, it's the Saturday. It's over. The 21 days is done. Let's have a look at this week in terms of figures and stats. So I've got week 3 over here. So some days where I didn't do so much and some days where I did a massive amount. So 10,031, 11,048, 10,749, 14,101. 23,043, 12,013, but finishing on the big one yesterday, 26,049. And yesterday is actually the biggest amount of steps that I've done at all over the 3-week period. Even bigger than my big day in Torremolinos, which I think was that one there at 20,122. So I've smashed that one. In fact, I've smashed it twice this week, so I did a 23,000 just there. And that means that my week 3 total of 107,034 steps is the biggest one yet. So week in Torremolinos, 103,000. Week back at work, 87,000. But I've put 20,000 on that this week with that. And that's walking into work that's definitely assisted that. So my daily average steps is 15,291 this week, which is again the highest, with 9.64 kilometres, the daily average in terms of distance. So my final week has been my best week, and I'm glad I've gone out with a bang on the last day. I'm really pleased about that. I'd not realised actually at the time that was the biggest one. I couldn't remember, to be honest. But yeah, so that's what the 3 weeks is looking like thus far. But that means for the 3 weeks in total, I've nearly done 300,000 steps, 298,098 steps. In terms of kilometres, 185.47 kilometres walked, which is 115 miles. And I'm really, really chuffed to bits with that. I'm really, really very pleased. I'd only set out to do 210,000 steps. So the biggest thing for me is to show myself that I can actually do this, and it does take some effort sometimes, and sometimes it takes motivation, and that is the biggest battle. But if you can build it into your daily routine and into your life, 10,000 steps a day is dead easily manageable. That is the key thing for me to learn from this. Now, has it had any impact on me health-wise? Well, I know for a fact it's definitely had some fitness impacts on me. In fact, I was reflecting on this, the 2-hour walk into town. When I used to do that a couple of years ago regularly, it used to take me 2.5 hours, and I've knocked half an hour off that time. So that's definitely something. But has it had an impact weight-wise? I don't know. We need to go and look at those dreadful scales. Let's go and see. Right. The moment of truth. I still hate these things. Well, after all that effort, guess what the net result is? I've put £1.50 on. How does that work? That's bonkers. I cannot believe for all the physical effort that I've put into that I've actually made a negative gain, which is really, really pants, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm not happy about that, but it's not put me off. It actually tells me that exercise alone isn't the key, and it definitely needs combining with diet. Okay, quick change. It's a Saturday. I'm working today, open day, hence the shirt. I'm not going to worry about this, okay? I'm not going to let it get me down. I feel physically good for walking, and in fact, I'm going to carry on that walking. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day for at least 5 days a week from this point onwards. That is the health change I'm making to my life, and I'm going to stick to it, okay? So this has been the third so far in my 21 days series. I did 21 days pescatarian, which I quite enjoyed, and I lost weight. I did 21 days vegetarian, which I didn't enjoy, and I didn't lose weight. And now I've done 21 days walking at 10,000 steps a day. And I have enjoyed it, actually. I have enjoyed it. It's been hard to motivate myself sometimes, but I have enjoyed it, but I haven't lost weight. So anyway, my next 21-day challenge that I'm going to do is going to combine elements of diet and exercise. So I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day for at least 5 days a week. So that's a minimum of 50,000 steps a week. And I'm going to have a go at going vegan. Now that one does scare me, but it means I can't seek comfort in dairy. I can't have that cheese and onion pasty from Greggs. I'm going to have to be a bit more original. Okay? So next film will be 21 days vegan with exercise. That'll be out in about a month's time. Catch you then. The film that you've just watched is a Moss Home and Garden production. You can find more by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. I'd just like to say thank you very much for supporting my YouTube channel and for watching my films. It really is very much appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to receive future updates about the home and garden films which I upload. You can find my YouTube channel by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. Please click on the red subscribe button. When you've done that, a little bell will appear. If you press that also, then you'll get future updates about the films which I upload. If you like my films, if you like my style of filming, then you might also like my travel channel, which you will find by going to youtube.com/Stuart Moss or type in www.mosstravel.tv. Again, if you could subscribe to that channel, it would be hugely appreciated. If you'd like to get Moss Home and Garden updates on Facebook, then please open Facebook and do a search for Moss Home and Garden, and you will find the page. If you like the page, then you will get future updates on there. And if you'd like to connect on Instagram for home, garden and travel photography, as well as some stories, then my username is Stu Moss, STUMOSS. If you'd like to connect on Twitter, then my username is @StuartMoss. And if you'd like to contact me about film usage or any other issue, please just email me on stewmosshomegarden@gmail.com. Once again, thank you very much for supporting my channel, for watching my films. I do appreciate it. I'd just like you all to have a great day.